7 Firebird, chrome on the grill. Drag your ass, let the night begin. Methanol burning, white on the air, hands on the wheel like I don't care. Back tire shaking, paint job tied, wind light waiting, bang the light. Head low steady, foot down deep, this old heart don't lose sleep. I can taste it right at the line, one more breath and I'll be fine. Hold that stare, don't blink now, say my name and show me how bad do you want it? Say it again, how bad do you want it? Right where it ends, green light, bang, I'm gone, I'm gone. How bad do you want it? How bad?
All right, so it's been a couple weeks since we've done a video here at the shop, so I figured since the two guys I work with left me and went to the beach, that I'd go ahead and knock one out real quick. This car came to us, had a couple leaks. Left front brake caliper had a leak, so we put new seals in both front calipers on this car. Changed some fittings. It's got to get a rack. The end of the rack's leaking, so that's what that one's doing. This one up here's waiting on a part for the shifter, and then my car's waiting on a new stator to come in from P to Circle D, and then we'll be back to racing again. Yeah, so we've got some other little goodies that we were fortunate enough to get hold of. Shannon Davis is going to help us out on some traction control stuff, try to make us a little bit better at the whole no prep thing. At least we hope so anyway. And yes, we do run nitrous from time to time. And yes, we spray it the whole way. We don't use it just for spooling. The engine has zero trouble spooling the turbos in the back, even though they're 80 millimeters. It's got a 75 millimeter exhaust side on each one of them. Have no trouble. They're little VS units, not super expensive. I think it was $12.50 for both of them, and that's what you guys are running against. But that's not really what today's video is about. I was actually working on the suspension on my son's motorcycle and decided to maybe delve into some stuff about what we run, why we run it, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we'll step into that. So we'll go around to the back of the car, and some people might tell me what I'm doing is wrong. But anyhow, these are AFCO Big Gun X's, I believe is what they call them. It's their radial shock. So your rebound adjuster there, your compression adjuster there. And I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. This is a ladder bar car. Those are the turbos up there. I have a oiling system, which is kind of oily. An oiling system that actually runs the turbos back here. I don't feed them off the motor. This little adjuster down here is our rebound adjuster on our motocross shocks. And it's got a little tapered seat, and it pushes a rod up through the center of this shaft here. Which is cross drilled and allows fluid to bypass these shims here going through here. Some other shocks may have what they call a rebound jet, so it's got a check ball in, or a compression jet, same thing. Got a check ball or a reed valve in the end of it that makes that adjustment only one-sided. This is like your canister on your this is like the canister on your normal shocks or whatever. Only exception is I've got a low speed and what we're going to call is a medium speed here. It's got some valving on top of that instead of just a bleed orifice where my fingernail is, that allows it pressure to go, shock fluid and pressure to go over into this other canister. We'll talk more about that in a second. Here we are at the front of the car. Yeah, I got a sensor here, but anyhow, down in here, this is a double adjustable QA1. It's actually a rear shock. It's a 7-inch stroke shock, so we can get plenty of travel. So the shock's mounted at about 70%, so we actually get about 9 inches of wheel travel in this car. That's why it kind of looks so drooped out right there. All right, so hopefully you can see this. Not 100% sure. I'll have to check the video here in a second. But anyhow, this is my rear shock as I go down the track. This is a, I don't know, 580 pass, give or take, something like that. It was from Wayne County. I also run a laser on the rear end housing of my car to see what's going on with rear tires as far as where I'm compressing the rear tire and where the rear tire is growing. That's also the reason why a lot of people run wings now. So you guys that don't have wings on your car is going to stand up on the tire a whole lot more than this. You guys that are running 180 mile an hour, your car is going to stand up on the tire a whole lot more right through here than that thing is. Okay, you can see how it just went down as in when the power started coming in and then going back out. There's times when it all happens right here. You'll see the tire hit and then grow. But it does that same thing everywhere we go. Okay, whether we take off soft or we take off really hard is the only thing that changes the shape of that thing. Whenever it gets a mile an hour in and it starts spinning that rear tire, it always grows. A radial doesn't do that. Okay, so this information, is primarily for floppy tire cars. But anyhow, when we were talking about hertz, all right, so we see the graduations here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's how many seconds the damn run was. All right, so you can look for most of it over the time of 1 second, or from 1.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds, you can see 1, 2, 3 peaks. So it goes peak, valley, peak, valley, peak, valley. Okay, it has to have one cycle. One complete cycle is 1 hertz. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's 3 hertz. That is a slow movement. Okay, does everybody agree on that? That's a triplet for any you band geeks out there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, does that make sense? All right. So you can see the same thing down here. Right here, we're probably at about 100 mile an hour, give or take. So still 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm at the end of the run. I'm at about 130 mile an hour, and I'm still seeing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 hertz. That is right here on the shock. So you are adjusting the low speed whenever you're trying to tighten that down, or you can kill some of it by putting compression in. But my car is a ladder bar car. Has a very short instant center. It's doing a lot of jacking, depending on how much power I'm trying to put into it. All right, so I primarily tune the car with the rebound adjuster. Or you can send the shocks back to AFCO or whoever you got them from and tailor this area some more. Like I said, you can use a linear piston. You can use a 1-2, you can use a 1-4. Each one of the manufacturers calls them different things, but you're doing the same shit. You're preloading the shims through here, okay? You're preloading the shims, or you're bleeding force out of the shock right through here. By opening up that bleed in that shaft, you're getting rid of this, okay? For radials that, where the car wants to extend really quick, you crank that rebound adjuster down and you put a lot of belly in the shock right here so it resists the force by these numbers. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. If it does or doesn't, put your comments in the bottom or whatever. I'll try to answer as much as I can. I'm probably going to add a couple either pictures or videos to kind of let you understand my background or whatever in this. So we'll go from there. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Something that you would put a can of paint in at Home Depot. And to a large degree, that's exactly what it is, except instead of a can of paint, it's a race car.
You're standing about watching your car actually make a lap at Pocono or Richmond or wherever it might be. And all it's doing is giving the guys another tool in the toolbox instead of having to go to a racetrack and test.
The 7-post shake rig is a complex piece of machinery that allows a race team to simulate how a car reacts to the variable forces on a track. A 7-post consists of 7 hydraulic actuators that attach to the car. There are 4 road actuators that the wheels rest on that simulate track conditions, and 3 aero actuators that simulate aero loads and downforce. Teams are then able to alter the suspension of the car to optimize track performance.
What it does for us is different racetracks have different content. That's going to allow us to run a different setup. With the end result for all the racetracks is to get the aerodynamic attitude or pitch or ride height that we want.
A couple of the simple things is just checking ground clearance and ride heights and fender clearance.
NASCAR teams started testing on 7-post shake rigs back in the late 90s. Now many teams like Hendrick, Gibbs, Penske, and Childress have purchased their own. This season, over 80% of the races have been won by drivers whose teams own a 7-post.
Obviously, the teams that are running good right now have all put in 7-post rigs. I think the 7-post rig is now the hot piece that you've got to have.
And if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Put something in the comments down there if you want to see some more detail on the shock stuff or whatever it is that you want. Talk to you later. Bye.
I ain't even gonna make a test bed right off the trailer, right in your ass. Right off the trailer, right up in your ass. I ain't even gonna make a test bed off the trailer in your ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Off the trailer in your ass.